What's going on, everybody? It's me, Brandon, back again with another episode, and today is the day officially Nintendo unveiled the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, I've seen this video before. I've been thinking about it all day, but I do want to make a video talking about it, so we're just going to rewatch. I'll share a couple of my opinions. There's a new game shown here. I think this is very exciting, though a lot of this was what the leaks proposed to be, and therefore I don't necessarily feel like immensely excited like I did for the NX reveal, which was the original Switch. But with this device, I am looking forward to it. I am a huge handheld gamer. As I've said in a couple of my videos, the Nintendo Switch is a dream machine for me, and then thankfully we've gotten amazing devices like the Steam Deck and the Switch OLED, and then of course now the Steam Deck has an OLED and all this other stuff. So if Nintendo can reiterate the magic that was the Nintendo Switch and just make it better, make it more powerful. I've heard rumors that this thing is going to be like a PS4 Pro, which is really good. I'm okay with that. I don't care, frankly, about how underpowered it is. I've already seen a bunch of people complaining. Like, I'm here for Nintendo games. Nintendo knows what to do with their hardware. If they can make a really good game and they make it look right with their art style, they already confirmed that this is backwards compatible with most titles, and we'll talk about that as well. But this thing basically seems like a beefed up Switch, and that's kind of what I want. I don't really need anything else. Like, if I want to play a Nintendo game at 60 frames and all this other stuff, but it needs more power, you give it more power. All right, before I keep talking, we're just going to go ahead and play this trailer. I think I got the desktop audio working. Okay, the original Switch. A little bit bigger. So they upgraded. Mostly just everything has been bumped up. So we got a nice kickstand now, which is really nice. I love the OLED's kickstand. I think that thing's awesome. And the Joy-Cons are going to be the biggest talking point today. So the Joy-Cons, like, they're a little bit bigger now, but then on top of it, we have the color combination, so the blue and the red on the sides, but now they protrude outward and they plug into the system. I'm looking forward to that. I think that's a really good idea, but we'll discuss that all at the end of this video here. Very interesting part that is coming up here, that this scene we will talk about in a moment. This was one thing that really caught my eye in terms of the showcasing of what this device is. So it injects in there. There's no more rail sliding, which I kind of prefer. I wish I had more color. So yeah, that's basically the Switch 2. They showcase a little bit more here. We'll actually see our first game for the Switch 2, which is Mario Kart 9. And a really cool thing in Mario Kart, especially for me, that I've been obsessing about all morning. The dock is now like rounded, which I like. Look at this man right here. I got my wish. They redesigned DK. This has been a big topic all day. I've seen all over Reddit. I've been frequenting the Donkey Kong Reddit, the Nintendo Reddit, and seeing what people are saying. Some people hate it, some people like it. I personally love it. I made a whole video on this when the Super Mario Brothers movie was announced, and I think this is really genuinely a really cool design to take Donkey Kong. I think you can go ahead and take his original Donkey Kong design of the classics and you merge the movie design together, and we get this nice, new, refreshing take on DK. And I love it, personally. I'm really excited for it. I know some people are going to miss the rare Donkey Kong, the standard, basically, design of Donkey Kong that we've had since, Country. and Donkey Kong 64 and stuff like that. But as I said on Reddit when I was in a couple threads, I was like, we have seen that Donkey Kong design for so long now. And when the movie came out, I was so hyped. I was very excited about how different he truly looked. And, seeing this, come to form, and they're actually going ahead and remodeling him in a way. I can make a whole nother video on why I'm excited for Donkey Kong's remodel, but we'll continue with this video. So new gameplay. There's cool like rest stop here. 2025, this is the year of the Switch 2, and then this is the big one too. So place Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games. Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2. Details will be shared on the Nintendo website at a later date. So, what I think about this is, Amiibo support. I like Amiibos. I really do enjoy them. I love seeing some of my favorite characters get shrunken down into a physical toy or a little statue or figurine, whatever you want to call them. I think it's so cool. I could easily see Nintendo being like, we're done with Amiibos here. That could be where you're getting some of this not fully capable or compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2, and also peripherals. So, Switch Sports or Switch Ring Fit Adventure. That is the word I'm looking for. That is the game I'm looking for. Where you had to slide the Joy-Cons into the rings, then you can go ahead and do all that stuff. That is another game that simply probably will not work with this because of the rail peripheral. Like, you need the rail to slide into the ring, and there's probably a bunch of other games as well. But for the most part, that was the one that I was like, okay, I get this. They just have to put out the disclaimer, because if people are playing Ring Fit like crazy, now you don't have that option with the Switch 2. You will need to keep your Switch 1 around or whatever, but that is just something that I found interesting, and I think a lot of people are actually complaining about this quite a lot, but it's because of those things. It's either Amiibos or, the Ring Fit, the Ring Fit Adventure. I don't really see another game doing this, but we'll see once they release more details. So you can notice that it is actually here. Let me pause this once more, and I'll move my photo here, so you can actually see that it's a decent size bigger. This kind of reminds me of like the Steam Deck versus the original Switch. When I first got my Steam Deck, I thought that thing was insanely big, but the more as you use it and you play on the Steam Deck, I found that screen perfect. Let me move my screen back here. So a lot of people were also like, whoa, what is going on with the bezels? And I gotta say, I don't really mind the bezels. And of course, if you're patient, if you don't care to buy the Switch 2 right away, they always do this. They always will correct this down the line with a thinner bezel in a mid-gen refresh, a slim model, whatever you want to call it. They will go ahead and they will upgrade the device. It's just what they do. I don't know if the screen's OLED. It may be LCD, so that's something else that you'll probably expect down the line is an OLED model of the Switch 2. Try to basically assume that everything that we are getting for the Switch 2, we probably have seen with the Switch 1 if we don't have an OLED screen already. So this is the big one. So I didn't actually make content at the time for this, but during the arrival of the original Nintendo Switch, me and my friend Matt had a podcast. This was just starting out. I was really trying to make a YouTube channel about video games. I always wanted to do this, right? I had YouTube channels in the past, and I made a bunch of videos, just random stuff, but like this was the Winsinator was going to be the channel where I was going to dedicate it to video games. And we were doing a Nintendo themed podcast, and it's the Brinstar podcast. It's still up. We only did like 5 episodes or whatever before, some personal events happened. So, you can go ahead, listen to those episodes and stuff. And we were excited, and of course, leading up to the Nintendo Switch was huge. It was truly like a very fun, exciting time for video games and Nintendo especially. So, I was talking to Matt today, and I'm just like, dude, the Switch 2, we're here after all these years again. We're doing this again, and it's very exciting. So, I will definitely be making videos as this stuff comes around. This is obviously going to be a video topic that I am going to go ahead and fully make. The Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct. We're probably going to see the games. I'm assuming Metroid Prime 4, Mario Kart 9. We may see how a lot of these games get bumped up in quality. 60 frame Sword and Shield, 60 frame Scarlet and Violet, 60 frame Pokemon Legends, all of this stuff. I'm really excited to see what Nintendo does. I have a lot of faith in Nintendo, to be honest with you. They did nothing but improved upon everything they needed to with the Switch. The Switch is a dream machine, as I said earlier. It is a system that I wish I had as a kid, because living in a divorced house and playing the Game Boy but not getting the real console experience sucked. So with the Switch, you're able to get all of those. You're able to get the perfect experience. You got Fortnite on the go. Your Fortnite plays like how it is on your PlayStation. It plays like just on your Switch. It's an amazing time for portable gaming and just everything about it. I'm very excited for the Switch 2, and this Nintendo Direct is going to be huge. So there's also a series of hands-on events held around the world. For more details, that's on the Nintendo website. You can go ahead, and I think you only need a Nintendo account, and you can go ahead and you will get the full experience. You'll get a trial run of the Switch 2. I think you're able to get invited to a location like New York, California, somewhere like there, if you're in the United States, and you can go ahead and play the Switch 2. And it's probably very similar to how the first Nintendo Switch came out, where we had all of these options for people going to these testing demos, and you would see people playing Snipper Clips and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and they were going ahead and they were playing in faux diners, and people were doing 1-2 switch wearing cowboy hats and all this nonsense. But that's probably going to return here, and that's very exciting. I think this is a really exciting time for Nintendo, as I've said already. This is a big deal. Finally, we are seeing the next generation of probably Nintendo's greatest system. I don't want to sound too fanboy here, but they really did the impossible with the Nintendo Switch, and what this system did, it broke all of my expectations on what a device could be. And if they can double down, make this thing incredible, we are truly in a very unique, defining era of video games, and I'm very excited. I kind of been thinking about this all day, but if you take the Nintendo Switch as think about the Nintendo Switch as a NES to an SNES, or an N64 to a GameCube, where you have this great system, right? And then you go ahead and you get the new thing. And from there to there, they perfect it. They perfectly craft their ultimate machine. And if this thing really is like a PS4 Pro, just gets enough horsepower in the unit to go ahead and play a lot of these games to last another 10 plus years, just like the first Switch did, I think Nintendo's going to kill it here. And then even with the third-party games that are already struggling on the Switch, you go ahead, you give it that bump, boom. For Nintendo fans and people who unfortunately can't have multiple systems, the Switch 2 is going to be an incredible system if they deliver on really bumping this up, making this thing a Super Switch, which I really wish was the name. But Nintendo, they are in a very, very important part right now of, please don't mess this up. Don't have a weird press conference on April 2nd. Go ahead, deliver the goods. I think Mario Kart 9 also looks good. It looks very samey to Mario Kart 8, but dude, it's Nintendo. They know what they're doing, and I don't want to hear like, well, they made the Wii U, they made this and that. It's a different Nintendo. They get it. And if I'm wrong, if they don't deliver, you know what? Shame on me. But I got enough faith in Nintendo that they're going to figure this thing out, and they're probably going to smack it out of the park. I'm ready. I've been ready all last year. I've been waiting for these announcements of the Switch 2. And here we are. Finally, the Nintendo Switch 2 is upon us. And, with it, we get a really cool sneak peek, a big thing for me right here. And I can't express this enough. We have a Donkey Kong remodel. That is incredible. Like I said, I made a video on this like a couple years ago. And the fact that we're slowly making our way, we're getting some cool stuff. Metroid Prime 4 is this year. We're getting a new Pokemon Legends this year. And there's just a lot of cool stuff to be excited about. And I cannot wait to cover more of the Nintendo Switch 2 with all of you here on the Wednesdaynator. So I almost forgot to talk about the most important thing that I said we would talk about that I just didn't talk about. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about this really quick. When we go back to this scene, especially, right, and we see the Joy-Con gliding across this desk or surface, there is a lot of speculation that the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons are going to be mouse or mice or whatever you want to call them, and they will be full-blown like mouse and keyboard if possible. I think that is really an interesting theory, but I think Nintendo wouldn't intentionally put something like this if that rumor wasn't true. Now, again, these are all rumors, but with how you can see some of these buttons and stuff, especially this is either the new eject button or something like that, I think it is very possible that we may have the option to go ahead and play like a mouse here and then use the other Joy-Con as like a nunchuck. I think that'd be very interesting. But that is just something else that I wanted to talk about that I completely forgot to talk about because I got caught up in talking about the entire thing of the Nintendo Switch 2, but it is just another thought. So please let me know in the comments down below what you think about the Nintendo Switch 2. Are you ready for it? Are you excited? Are you going to pass on it? Are you going to wait and see? I've been waiting for this thing for quite a while now, a couple years. There's so many rumors, all this stuff. So to see it, to see a new Mario Kart with it, to see the new Donkey Kong, redesign makes me very excited. I cannot wait for April 2nd. We will go ahead. We will make a video reaction. I'll do my old, video reactions of the Nintendo Direct probably after work, and we'll have a great time. So, as always, my name is Brandon, and I will see you all next time.